How about that?
This is what I do, baby. This is why I'm here. Once again, you guys know we were going to do it live. We had to do it like my man AO8 said. We had to take advantage of this opportunity that's been presented before us. Once again, we don't wake up thinking about this stuff. These things just happen and they fall in our lap. Shout out to everybody that's already in the chat. I see you guys out there. You guys know the deal. Let's roll.
Hey, I have a new intro. Everyone's a winner. The theme is everyone's a winner, except for LeBron. And let's just enjoy this for a moment. Come on, StreamYard, you fucking piece of shit.
Foul! No, 2 fouls.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's true.
Except for LeBron!
That was good. That was good.
I'll keep adding to it. You're going to have to send me a clip of you dancing or something so that I can incorporate.
That sounds like a plan.
Hey, so you had a couple of lives this morning that were enough for me to respond to in a live by themselves. And then I made the mistake of listening to Get Up. Holy fuck.
I'm telling you, I haven't listened to that show. I don't listen to any of that stuff. But you know, the thing is, or the sad thing is, I guess, is that stuff actually gives you material to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? It gives fanboys something to say because they can't think. They don't form their own thoughts. Oh, what did ESPN say to explain away LeBron? Quick, let me repeat it.
Yep.
You fucking mindless lemurs, which is a disservice to lemurs. They're very intelligent animals. I'm in a mood today. Easily offended people, get the fuck out now. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Yo, for real. Hey, shout out to everybody. I see Speem down there, man. I see Marco, Renee. I saw her in there. Shout out to all you guys. Blacks, TG, Rick Boone.
At autism. Is Speem engine shouting out autism or is there someone named autism? Speem. That's that. You goof. You goofs. You goofs. Renee, we're actually wondering how do you do it? How do you not miss anything?
I'm telling you, they got the notification bell, set. They're ready to go. They know the deal, man. Just a messenger. Shout out to you, MJ Adams. I see all you guys in here. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support.
I did a members only last night, and some of the people are back. Wow, some dedicated people. Appreciate it. And special thanks to Speem Engine for participating last night. Hey, I was hoping Jim, Speem, if you want to jump on this, I have a new research project because the things that ESPN comes up with, like imagine if we had our own staff, our research staff or our marketing team to go out and find these obscure bullshit things that they do to talk about LeBron James. Like you've pointed out multiple times, LeBron's never gone down 0-2 in a first round or what was it? What's the completely meaning of this shit? That they said?
Yeah, ESPN said that LeBron James has never been down 0-2 in a playoff series where he had home court advantage.
Why does that fucking matter when he loses some of those series? Isn't that the more important detail?
Exactly, because if we look at the way the series has gone now, LeBron James is down, 3-1. So what's the record for LeBron James or anyone else? Have they gone down 3-1 with home court advantage? What are we doing here?
I painfully heard a little bit of Zay and his cousin the other day, and Zay's cousin just goes back to what he's told to say with, oh, but Jordan was 1-9 at the beginning. And I'm like, do you understand that LeBron didn't make the playoffs? That's more losing. You lost more if you didn't even make the playoffs. Don't talk about Jordan losing at the beginning of his career. LeBron lost more. You fucking
right. And that's the point. And LeBron James is still losing. See, that's the thing about Michael Jordan that's unique to him, his career, and what he accomplished. Yes, Michael Jordan had to earn it. That's what we talk about. We respect and salute Michael Jordan for going through the grind those first 6, 7 years of his career. But once Michael Jordan won, he never looked back. He never not won again. You're talking 2 3-peats, man. This is what Michael Jordan was doing. But why is everyone talking about what Michael Jordan didn't do at the beginning of his career when LeBron James is still losing and we're at the end of LeBron James' career now? This is the beginning of LeBron James' career.
I mean, King's Speech Rose message is so blatantly obvious. Look at the things they make us talk about. Exactly. You're not supposed to go down 2-0 at home with home court advantage. Jesus Christ, this is not an accomplishment.
Exactly, and that's shout out to King's Speech Raw that always comes through, and once again has a great comment here. Like so many of you guys know the game, man. This is what we're talking about. That's the whole point there. You're celebrating mediocrity by saying that he never went down 0-2 in a home court advantage series. Who gives a damn? That doesn't make any sense, man.
So the reason that I brought up having a research team is one of the things that I was hearing this morning. We'll get to it, but I wanted to get this out of the way up front in case anybody. Followers, love you. Thanks for all your contributions. If anyone wants to jump on this, besides Speem or Jim, they made a big deal out of never in a playoff fourth quarter has a coach not sat anyone. And I was thinking, how closely did they nitpick that? Like, has one person sat and then gone back in? Like, I have a feeling that this hinges on technicalities. Like, I'll bet you that it's come close. I'll bet you that it's come really, really, really close to all the starters never coming out of the game before. But maybe a few seconds or a few minutes, and they want to make it sound like this is like an unheard of thing.
If I heard correctly, what I saw this morning from some of these outlets and things of that nature, what you're talking about is the wordings. See, that's the problem for a lot of the quote-unquote LeBron records and the LeBron, celebrations. They have to word things a specific way. When we think about that double-digit streak that they always celebrate, LeBron James, 10 points or more in all these games, they have to say in the regular season. That's how they have to qualify to make a statement like that, because we all know it's a bunch of crap. But when we think about what they said about no one ever or no coach leaving their starters in or not making any subs in the entire half, I heard that was the last time since, I can't remember what year it was, but I don't think it was ever. I think it was just the first time in a long time.
So they aren't here. Yeah. Wow. Attention to detail there.
But like you said, they could say, maybe one person came out, or, all 5 guys didn't come out, right? They could word it a certain way, or they could say, no one came out in the fourth quarter, not necessarily the second half.
Jesse Glad Saget with our first super chat of the day. Thank you, Jesse. Let's get those super chats going, people. Lestans think being drafted to a shit team and losing in the first round 3 straight years is equivalent to failing epically on super teams. Great point taken, but let's go further. LeBron James didn't even manage to lose in the first round his first years. He didn't even get that far. Can you not wrap your heads around that, fanboys? How are you going to judge somebody who made it further than LeBron James?
That's a great point.
I've broken this down in videos before, but I don't know. I don't know how you communicate with these people. Every time I start to think that there might be hope out there, I hear Zay's cousin talk, and I'm like, what the fuck is actually happening in your head?
For real, man. And shout out to Jesse Gladstagger, once again, always coming through. You guys, like I said, you guys truly humble us with the support. And I always tell people they need to remember this about Michael Jordan's first several years in the NBA. Remember, Michael Jordan was actually leading the Chicago Bulls. No, they weren't a great team. They didn't have a lot of wins, but he actually led them to the playoffs. Every year he was there during a rebuild. The Bulls were rebuilding the team around Michael Jordan during those first 3 years. So when you think about the roster, the only player that was on the roster on those first couple of years that remained to win a championship was John Paxson. He was the only guy. He came in the second season. He was the only guy to hang around. They got rid of everyone else. And remember, Michael Jordan had 3 different head coaches in his first 3 seasons. That's a rebuild.
And not because he got them fired. We should probably point that out since we live in the age of getting coaches fired. By the way, Zay, if you listen to this, love you. don't love your cousin, but I'm not talking shit behind his back. I say this when we're live. I actually reach. You are a kinder, happier person than I am, and I can't take as much of it as you can.
Crazy. Like you said, hey, listen, I know I was yelling, I was doing my normal self, that day. But like you said, it's the things that these people say that you just scratch your head.
Remind us. What all did you rant about this morning? Because we should circle back to it if we have time.
Yeah, well, if you think about what you labeled the live, when you talk about here come LeBron's protectors, when you think about last night, one of the videos that actually is getting ready to come out right now, I'm waiting for this thing to download. It's spinning right now. But we talk about the excuses that LeBron James and JJ were making in the post game. LeBron James, a lot of you guys, I saw you guys in the chat are mentioning LeBron James getting called for that foul got overturned late in the game. And LeBron James in the post game talked about, I thought that the hand was part of the ball, and I never seen that called like that before. The way that I always was known or knew about it was hand was part of the ball, and that shouldn't have been a foul call. And when I watched the replay and I seen it in different angles, and I watched the game, I saw this live happening. To me, I didn't think it was a foul. But when you looked at the replay, and this is where these things come back to bite LeBron James. Because how many times have the Lakers gotten calls overturned? How many times have LeBron James gotten the favorable whistles? But this time when the replay went through and the referees looked at it, they see that LeBron James actually hit Anthony Edwards on the wrist more so than the hand. From what I saw, maybe I'm off on this, but that's what I can see. And these are things that we're talking about. I just want to say one more thing, LH. I know I'm rambling, but this is what we're talking about. When we talk about, things being rigged or quote unquote rigged for LeBron James, those are the moments I want people to remember. Yes, we know LeBron James gets help from the NBA. I talked about this in my video earlier. We know he gets help. We know he gets preferential treatment, but they cannot rig the game for him to win it. They can't do it. LeBron James ultimately is going to cost the team the games. And what happened last night? They really wanted the Lakers to win. They wouldn't remember. They overturned that call. It was called out of bounds on Anthony Edwards. They overturned it and called a foul, which gave Edwards 2 free throws and put the Wolves up by 3 with only like 15 seconds. That was a huge overturn.
The hand is part of the ball thing kind of bugs me because like if you break someone's fucking hand but got the ball first, I don't think that it should be excused. But here's the thing. LeBron told the world that he got the ball and then got the hand. No. You got Anthony Edwards and maybe got the ball. I need to look at it again, but he mostly got Anthony Edwards and got Anthony Edwards first. That's not what hand is part of the ball means. Does it to you? Do you get to assault the player as long as at some point you touch the ball? I don't think that that's what that means. I'm pretty sure you have to get the ball first, and then after the follow through, if you make contact with the player, then it's excusable. You don't get to do what you want to the offensive player as long as at some point you touch the ball.
I mean, once again, when we think about that, that's a tough one when we talk about hand and ball and did you hit the ball first or the hand first. I think the main thing that I was trying to, make about that situation when I brought it up is the excuses. That's all I was bringing up. Whether LeBron James didn't foul Anthony Edwards by the letter of the law or the spirit of the law, things of that nature is irrelevant really in that scenario because we talk about LeBron James making excuses after the game. You have J.J. Redick talking about Luka Doncic being tripped there at the end of the game that they didn't call it, and him bringing that up. Why are you bringing that up? That didn't cost you guys the game. And then J.J. Redick says, oh, that didn't cost us the game. But why are you bringing it up then? And remember, when the reporter asked him the question, he actually said, well, let's talk about Luka Doncic being tripped first. He wanted to mention that as if that was the reason why they lost, or as if they haven't been getting favorable calls throughout their entire season.
Well, you know what else is interesting about that? I'm glad you brought it up, is that the reporter asked about LeBron's inbound pass.
Right.
And JJ responded by saying, first of all, Luka got tripped. That's not the play he's talking about.
Right.
Why? That's protecting LeBron. That's JJ. I'm like, fuck, I'm on the chopping block. Don't fire me.
No, but that's the point, Wade. He actually wanted to bring that up instead when that was not even the question that you were asked. You were asked about a specific play. The same thing with LeBron James. LeBron James was asked about that inbound play, and he felt the need to talk about the foul with Anthony Edwards and, how his hand was part of the ball and all these things. At the end of the day, LeBron James has a reputation of always making excuses and not taking accountability. So I said in my earlier video, LeBron James is not going to get the benefit of the doubt from us, from the real fans out there, because we know how you act really. And we've seen you get away with murder out there on the court. And no one made excuses, right? So once again, no one wants to hear you in the post game. No one wants to see you wearing casts. No one wants to hear you talking about you're averaging a triple-double when you're losing 3-0 in the finals. No one wants to hear about this stuff. You're making excuses and not holding yourself accountable, not taking anything on the chin.
And whose law? You mentioned the law earlier. Whose law? LeBron's law? Because if Anthony Edwards had done that to LeBron's list, we might be looking at a hostile act investigation, not a play through it type of thing. Such as Rob Shum here, or maybe it's Shum. Sorry, feel free to correct me. Points out hand is part of the ball. Says the dude having a bitch fit at the end of that Celtics game because he got fouled with the fingertip grazing that you should have been able to easily play through. I mean, I can actually understand why Anthony Edwards lost the ball there when your arm is removed from the dribbling motion.
You see what Rob Shum did there? I hope you're saying we're saying your name right, man. Forgive us if we're jacking your name up. But you see what he did there? That's the point that I was making. People remember. They know your reputation. You're the same fool that was having a hissy fit out there on the basketball court. And that's why we laugh when they tell us, oh, LeBron James will dominate the 90s. He can play in the physical. What? That dude?
Well, the sad thing is, which chapter of which volume of LeBron's career should we open first to find the hissy fit that you might be referring to? It's just an endless story of hissy fits. And also to Thanos, snap feminism. Don't forget, LeBron didn't make it to the playoffs with an all-star teammate in Ilgauskas in year 2. I agree with you, but let's understand that as far as LeBron fans are concerned, Ilgauskas doesn't exist. He was a terrible person, terrible player, was not an Olympian, was not an all-star, multi-time all-star, let me add. And just apply that to anyone who's ever been on LeBron's team from then on. 22 years of the worst luck of teammates, worst coaches, worst everything. Poor LeBron. It's just amazing how things never worked out for him. When he did it.
No, you know, I wanted to mention about Julius Ilgauskas real quick. That's actually a great point that they bring up. That was Thanos, right, who brought that up. People forget also, how did he repay Big Z all those years of in Cleveland service? How did he repay Julius Ilgauskas in 2011? But remember, Big Z was on that Miami Heat team. So how did he repay him? Did he get him a championship ring before he retired? You know, and help Big Z have his career ring? No. LeBron James went out there and averaged, what he averaged? 17 points a game. Didn't score any points in the fourth quarter. Choked it away. So not only did he blow that for Dwayne Wade and everyone else, he cost Big Z a championship, man, before he left the NBA. Way to go, LeBron James.
I think Ilgauskas could have covered Terry better than LeBron did. I can't believe how bad LeBron's defense was on Jason Terry.
And meanwhile, you think about it, AOH, meanwhile, Michael Jordan got someone like James Edwards, who played for the Detroit Pistons, who was fouling the crap out of him, all these cheap fouls. He got guys like him, John Sally, Dennis Rodman. He got those guys. They got championships playing with Michael Jordan, and they were his rivals. Meanwhile, LeBron James' teammate that was doing all the dirty work in the 07 finals for LeBron James against Tim Duncan, him and all the other guys, LeBron James can't help that dude out.
Yeah, I was thinking as I was listening to all the excuses being made today, I thought about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Don't Cleveland fans, not the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, don't Cleveland fans admit that their team sucks and yell and scream like, God damn it, what are you doing to us? Don't they at least live in reality? And they're like, God damn it, this sucks. This is bullshit. And it's so different than LeBron fans, because LeBron fans, instead of being like, God damn it, LeBron, you're supposed to be better than this. What are you doing to us? They're like, it can't possibly have been anything he did wrong. Like, you guys are in a cult. You're in a cult. Oh, God, I wish you could get help. Zay's the only person that makes me think you can come out of it. But let me play the intro again, because I just finished that. Let's And then let's read some of these comments, and then let's get to the Get Up video, because my God, that's going to take up the rest of the video.
Foul! No, 2 fouls.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's true.
Nope. Boy, Luka, say goodbye to your career. Jesus.
Yeah, this is what happens when you play with LeBron James. Listen, think about that. I mean, what you just said, anyways, think about that for a second. When you just playing with him brings you down. It literally brings you down. But they'll tell you that LeBron James makes the people around him better. Think about how they remember Michael Jordan's teammates, like Scottie Pippen, for example. Think about how he's remembered. He's remembered as one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player in the 90s right now. He's the man, Scottie Pippen, the greatest all-around player of the night. He was a better defender than Michael Jordan. He was the reason they were winning. Michael Jordan was 1-9 without him. Blah, 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 blah. But when you talk about LeBron James' teammates, Dwayne Wade wasn't this. Dwayne Wade had bad knees. Dwayne Wade choked this time. Chris Bosh was... look about what he said. His friend said about Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh ain't no one now. He's just a lottery pick now. These guys are also Rands. When the guy had a championship before LeBron James did. It's insane the way they talk about Kevin Love. Kevin Love's nobody. Kyrie Irving's not that good. What did these guys win before LeBron James? They'll say that as if Scottie Pippen won championships before Michael Jordan. Like, what are you guys talking about? Insane. Luka Doncic will be remembered for being worse. He's going to be getting all the blame. And listen, Luka Doncic is not doing himself any favors in this series. Let's be real here. If there ain't Luka Doncic fans out there in the chat, man, your boy's getting cooked out there. And to me, Anthony Edwards has hands down been the best player in the series. He's been way better than Luka Doncic has been, man. And like I said, he's getting exposed on the defensive end heavily in this series.
Good for Ant-Man for not kissing the ring, because I kind of thought he was going to kiss the ring. And we see, but by the way, LeBron James is significantly larger than Anthony Edwards. And still, all you need is a little bit of attitude and a little bit of pushback, and LeBron James will crumble in front of you. And we saw it. We saw Anthony Edwards shoving around and LeBron not able to do anything except for backpedal, despite the weight and size advantage and the steroids. And thank God, Anthony Edwards, because I've seen you, what I thought was kind of like be passive in some of these meetings.
Yep.
But, and let's also be clear about something. You don't have to like a player as a person to acknowledge that they're playing well, because I don't think either of us really are too thrilled with Anthony Edwards' character. But at least bring it on the floor. At least give us that.
Yeah, like you said, I respect what he's doing on the court. Listen, man, like we said, just because I don't like someone or respect the way that they talk or carry themselves, I can still respect the game. See, for LeBron James, the problem is I don't respect his game, and I don't respect the way that he carries himself, the way that he's gone about things, tearing the NBA down, things of that nature. But much respect to Anthony Edwards and what he's been doing on the basketball court. Like I said, he's been the best player on the court. When you have LeBron James on the court and Luka Doncic, who I believe they had as a second-ranked player coming into the season. So Anthony Edwards is doing his thing. He's applying pressure. Like I said, he's going after these guys on the offensive end, and he's also dogging and going after these guys on the defensive end. My only knock on Anthony Edwards has always been, don't shortchange yourself by going out there and being a three-point chucker. That's not what you need to, focus heavily on. This guy's out there taking 10, 12 threes a game when I don't really think you need to do that. But much respect to him.
Hey, do me a favor, because I love your energy. Give some shout outs to some of the people in the chat. I'm going to refill my bourbon, and then we're going to look at the Get Up show. And my God, that'll be enough to finish us off.
Sounds good. So once again, you guys know how we feel, man. We are truly, truly humbled, man, by all the support. It means a lot. Shout out to Joshua B. I see out there, Jamari Riddick, Orlando Gus, Madden, Daniel Jett, the Autism Boy Cottage at 81. Somos Bandidos, what up? Case Blake, Yo, much respect to all you guys. Danny Burns, Monroe, Kays. Much respect, man. Lionel Jones. Thank you very much to all you guys, man, for coming through once again. Always supporting our channel, man. Supporting these live streams. It really means a lot, guys. For real, man. Animaniac 89, man. CGP. Yo, Ted, what's going on? Yo, my man 005 Dynasty, what's good? Yo, thank you. Yo, you guys are true supporters, man. Jamal Johnson, Rocky Scott. Yo, I feel you guys, man. The real Donald Trump. Is that the real Donald Trump in there? Yo, much respect to everyone. You guys know, man, we got a lot we're going to talk about when AOH comes back, man. We're going to continue to do what we do, set the record straight, and hold this fool LeBron James to a standard once again. And these are the things that we're talking about. LeBron James continues to expose himself. Remember, this is LeBron James doing this to himself out there on the court. This is not us creating narratives. This is not us lying about LeBron James, making up stories. This is his performance. He's actually hitting the side of backboards. That's not hyperbole when we say this. He's the one fumbling and bumbling out there. This man scored 5 points in the second half last night. 5 points. He scored 0 points in the fourth quarter. This is typical LeBron James stuff, but they keep telling us he's on the level as far as being clutch of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Bill Russell, Jerry West, the great clutch players, the Tim Duncans. It's laughable.
War Doggy 63. Thank you for the super chat. No comment, just support. Awesome. Remind me every now and then. I keep putting my microphone down. I'm just gonna put it on top of the camera.
Yo, DC, was good?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Chop to Screw, what's going on?
What you? Oh, hey. I don't know if we'll have time. You know, you were talking again this morning about being rigged. And I was thinking, I think the real problem is people's definition of rigged. I would say that the NBA can influence, can try to help the outcome go a certain way. But I think the bottom line of your point was that if it was predetermined, then nothing could save the Timberwolves. If it was predetermined, then absolutely nothing could save the Timberwolves. So maybe the difference here is some people think that rigged means that the Lakers are going to win no matter what, versus some people might think that rigging could include you tried to help the Lakers win and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money with that, AOH. I think it's, like I said, maybe a slight difference in, how people think about these things. I think the overall point also that I was making to a lot of people in my video earlier is that the Timberwolves have to be in on it for it to really truly be rigged for the Lakers or for LeBron James to win. No one's telling the Timberwolves about it, right? So like I said, the Timberwolves are actually going out there and competing. They don't seem like they're taking a dive. And I think that's what, sometimes bothers me, because people will paint a broad spectrum on the NBA. And I always tell people, like, if you're going to tell me that, like you said, maybe something's predetermined or teams are taking dives so other teams can win, then how can we look at any of these great players in the history of the game with any level of respect or integrity? It wouldn't make any sense, because I don't believe that teams are taking dives and things are rigged to that degree. We all know the Lakers get help. We all know LeBron James gets help. But once again, it doesn't matter, because LeBron James continues to expose himself, man, and show it doesn't matter. That's why he needs super teams to win. It ain't just, he gets favorable calls and he'll win. He needs super teams to win.
Dan the Corn Man says, AOH, you and Sports and Fitness Rants should comment in the Lakers game on Wednesday as it's happening. That would be great to see in real time. Robin, have I not told you that I would like for us to do that, and I'm trying to figure it out?
Yes, you have. That would be great to do, I think.
That'd be good. And guess what? Wednesday, it's being shown on TNT, which means that I can use the TNT Overtime app footage and have that playing without getting immediately flagged. We could do this. Somebody tell my stupid old ass how to have us on the screen and the game on the screen and go live all at the same time. I can always usually only get 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you available?
Yeah, well, I mean, that'll be late at night. I'm assuming what time's the game? It's probably late, right?
I don't know. Probably 7 Pacific, maybe 5 Pacific. I'll look here in a second.
Yeah, if it's late, I'm available.
Intelligence Artificial. I don't know if that's what that means, but IA. These LeBron fans acting like LeBron isn't the coach The man can trade away the whole team 3 times, but he can't sub himself out. These fans are, yeah, okay. Listen, I've shown it in my videos. LeBron James going like this at the bench, and tweet. LeBron James subs himself in and out as he chooses. He costs the team timeout sometimes because the man who never gets tired and wants to come out exactly when he wants to come out. Yep. Now, I don't want to blow my load too soon, because this Get Up show gives us every opportunity to shit all over all of these narratives. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it, everybody. Wow. Here come the super chats, and hey, a couple hundred more people, and we're going to be up to what we were on Sunday before we got cut off.
No way, for real?
We got 782 right now. We had
1,000. Thank you to all you guys out there, man, for real. Wow.
Yeah. James Ambrose, LeBron is terrified of taking the last shot. Yes, sir. And we will get to that. Make sure that we do. I can't imagine that we won't.
That's part of the reputation that LeBron James has earned out there. I mean, remember, guys, this is 22 years of us witnessing this.
The RDT says, does YouTube suppress reviews for exposing LeBron James? You know, how would I ever prove that for sure? Sometimes it feels like it. Sometimes it feels like it. Yeah.
It does, man, but it doesn't matter. It can't suppress the facts. So I always tell you guys, we got the facts. So I always tell you guys, I appreciate you guys sharing the videos, all that stuff. You guys spread the knowledge out. We tell you something, you guys see something, spread the word. You guys know the deal.
Roger Hurt with the super chat. Thank you, Roger, for your generosity. MJ and Phil established culture through leadership, which is why the Bulls wins dropped slightly the year Jordan retired the first time. Yep. The Diddy's bitch ass the system and doesn't drive culture, no leadership.
Yep.
I think I probably told this story before, but my dad was the football coach in our town, great coach, and he retired, and we had a really talented team, and then he retired. He left the team in a good place.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, what the fuck are you thinking? You could go to state. And the team, sure enough, the next year was pretty good. They still had the culture and they had some talent. And then after that, woo, there's a residual effect of a culture. And no one's saying that the Bulls team was without talent just because Jordan left. But he was clearly the missing piece.
Yeah, once again, you know, what's the standard here? We're lowering the bar again for LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Remember, the Bulls guys went to 5 straight Eastern Conference championships, and they won 3 championships in a row with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan left, they went out in the second round. That's a huge difference. You went from dynasty to second round exit. That's crazy, man. People are like, oh, they made the playoffs. Oh, they made the playoffs. They were a dynasty when Michael Jordan was there. That's a huge difference. When you mention the word culture and we think about LeBron James, man, when has he ever established a culture? Think about when he was at his most successful. Now, we know he had the super team in Miami, but that was the greatest culture that he was in, because by the time he got to L.A., Jeannie Buss had already taken the L.A. culture downhill. Everything that Kobe Bryant established in L.A. that was there from all the guys from back in the day, George Mikan and on such. The culture that was there died with Dr. Buss. Once he left, that was it. Kobe left. It was done in LA. So LeBron James never established a culture. He never built one up in Cleveland. That's why when he went back there, he needed Kevin Love, and he had to make sure that Kyrie Irving was still there. That's not building a culture.
Jeannie Buss, she deserves some coming to. She's really done some fucking shitty shit to LA. Val Rhapsody says, thanks for honoring the NBA legends. You guys rock. It's our pleasure to do so. It's a duty to try and undo what modern media is doing. And it's crazy to me. Have you noticed, Robin, that they try to say that today's guys are responding to the old heads shitting on them? No. The old heads stayed quiet for a very long time while this shit went downhill and they all talked trash. they finally reached a threshold and started saying some things. And for the most part, in my opinion, they're still pretty quiet, because I would like for some more of them to say some things and be more severe. And with the Bulls losing in the playoffs without Jordan there, I was thinking what a mind fuck that must have been for Tony Kukoc for Pippen to throw that drama fit on the bench and be mad that Kukoc was taking the shot, and Kukoc still hit it. I mean, that's a little extra burden to fucking deal with. It's like, Jesus Christ, what's my teammate's problem here?
Yep.
You don't want me taking the shot, and now I have to go out here and still hit it?
Especially when you hear Scottie Pippen all these years later try to make it racial. Like, dude, are you
Oh,
kidding
my
me?
God.
Tony Kukoc is from Croatia, man. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, Phil Jackson's was a racial move. Like, dude, you sound ridiculous now.
Is Phil Jackson one of the last people that you would accuse of being racist?
It's just stupid, because the thing about it was Tony Kukoc was an established clutch time shooter. That was an established fact. He had proven himself time and time again throughout that regular season. That was not the first time they called on Tony Kukoc, man. That's what Tony Kukoc did. So when we talk about having a reputation, that's what you fall back on in those scenarios. And let's not forget, they had went to Scottie Pippen earlier in that game in a moment like that, and he missed it. Right? So once again, we must remember, Scottie Pippen was never known as a shooter or a clutch time performer or a clutch time, knockdown shooter. That was never his game.
I mean, that's a great point. It seems like you shouldn't have to point it out, but for any fanboys that might happen to be watching, they probably think that Scottie was one of the all-time most clutch shooters ever. Yeah. The way that the media portrays him, Scottie didn't have that burden on him. He lived in that luxury.
Exactly.
None of the above. So, everyone, we are going to get to the Get Up clip. Let's just acknowledge some more chats. LeBron gives us so much ammo, it's like effortless to fill up the hour. Ooh. None of the above says, has MJ ever been held scoreless in the fourth? I can't imagine. I know some
I'm
people
gonna say yes.
You think so? I guess ever?
I mean, I would just have to assume that Michael Jordan. See, this is the thing. I mean, that's a great question too, by the way. Maybe we can have someone look into that. Maybe someone knows how many times. I'm assuming it's definitely happened. But I think it's, the way these things happen sometimes. When we think about that 2011 finals in the fourth quarters in those big games, it wasn't just that LeBron James wasn't scoring. It's that he was scared, it seemed like. He was not really confident, but he wasn't doing other things. So if Michael Jordan was scoreless, let's say in the fourth quarter, I guarantee you that Michael Jordan wasn't standing on the court on defense. He wasn't lollygagging. I guarantee you he made it across half court. I guarantee you he did other things.
To that point, I was just thinking, I wonder if he was scoreless in the fourth and they won because he was doing the things that you actually do need to do instead of ESPN claiming that LeBron was doing things and the rest of the team couldn't get it done. By the way, we are 110 people away from 1,000 live viewers. We're about to hit what we were doing on Sunday. Let's go, people.
Sensational, man. But we also remember, if we want to be technical here, remember, there were games that Michael Jordan sat out fourth quarters. So was he scoreless in the fourth quarter? Technically, yes.
A couple more super chats, and then we'll get to the show. Shadur Sanders equals Bronny James. Luka plus Kyrie beat the Clippers. OKC Wolves trip to the finals. Luka plus LeBrick equals out in the first round. LeBron bricklaying. Luka got fatter. LeBron's still a flopper. Wolves in 5. That's one of the longest Shannon Sharp memes I've seen. I've seen some good ones over the last couple of days, man. I should do a video just putting all of them side by side.
I mean, that's coming back to haunt Shannon Sharp like nothing. I mean, maybe not as bad as some of the other things that are coming back to haunt him right now, but that whole meme is really coming back on him.
Praise the Dawn. Praise the Dawn's a regular. Thank you, sir. I remember in 2011 when LeBron hadn't won anything, ESPN had him like number 7 all time. How did he surpass all the greats? He's not better than Duncan or Bird, in my opinion, nor is he better than Shaq. We don't even have to get to the second part of your statement before you've said everything that you needed to say. Crowning. And how about, I don't know if you watched my 2007 playoffs breakdown, but I showed the Sports Illustrated cover that shows LeBron James has arrived and a new era begins. He got swept, motherfuckers.
Yep.
A new era of losing, a new era of mediocrity. You put the wrong person on the cover and you never looked back. That's the biggest problem. You never said, oops, oops. Okay.
That's a great point. Shout out to praise to Don. When you think about when Michael Jordan came in the league, sometimes, I've heard someone like Gilbert Arenas mention, Michael Jordan was called the greatest of all time by some people before he won anything. And he tries to make that comparison to LeBron James. Except Gilbert Arenas is being disingenuous and he's not giving people the facts and the reality of why Michael Jordan, in some people's eyes, was being called the greatest of all time by someone like Bobby Knight, even though he never played a minute in the NBA, and why some people were calling Michael Jordan the greatest of all time before he had won a championship. When you think about Michael Jordan, let's think about Michael Jordan coming into the NBA versus LeBron James coming into the NBA. One came out of high school, one went to college for 3 years, won a national championship. But not only did he win a championship, he hit the game-winning shot as a freshman in that game as underdogs, North Carolina. So let's keep all these things in mind. Then we think about the 1984 Olympics. Not only did they win the gold medal, once again, amateurs playing against other professionals in other countries, but remember, they played against the NBA Select All-Star team, and Michael Jordan dominated these guys. These are professional all-stars: Clyde Drexler, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Mark Aguirre, many other great players on that court. Michael Jordan was a star of stars and not even played a minute yet. So these are the things that Michael Jordan had going from coming into the NBA. Now, LeBron James had nothing like this. Nothing. He's going against high school kids. Come on, man. Ain't the same. And then you think about Michael Jordan's continuation in the league. There was a continued ascension for the Chicago Bulls. It wasn't like they missed the playoffs, then made the playoffs, missed the playoffs, went to the second round, missed the playoffs, or went to the first round. Every year they went up. Every year.
I pointed out in LeBron's career, he's managed to get swept being young, being in the middle, being at the end, and he's had a couple of gentleman sweeps in there as well. I mean, come on. It's an embarrassing career. These people come on and say that LeBron's had the greatest career ever. You're leaving out all the embarrassing parts, which are greater than his good parts. Now, Robin, you mentioned earlier the importance of wording. And when somebody says, he's the greatest of all time, they might be twisting the words because, for example, Bobby Knight said, this is the best basketball player I've seen. Now, that's a little bit different than saying the greatest of all time, considering that people can define that differently, because you can start bringing in, does he have championships? Does he have titles and all that? But Bobby Knight, having coached and been a legendary coach, just looking at Michael Jordan's playing ability, said, well, that's the best basketball player I've ever seen. And that's before Michael even got to play in the NBA. So we're not even talking about a career. We're just talking about looking at somebody and saying, damn, if I choose anyone, I'm choosing him. It might not be enough for us to win, but that's the best basketball player I've ever seen. That's different. That's different.
Yep. And what did Bobby Knight pull from? A lot of these people pulled from Michael Jordan's work ethic, what they saw him do in practice. So Bobby Knight talked about not just his overall game, but he talked about his work ethic. He talked about his competitiveness. He said, I've never seen a greater competitor. And he was in college still.
None of the above says, thoughts on LBJ shooting 18 free throws. Ye 18. Yep. We're gonna get to that. Let's
start it up.
Okay, two super chats to read, and then we'll start it.
Sorry.
Honest Adonis 2 says, this talking point doesn't get said enough, but LeBron's toughest competition is not higher ranked all time in rebounds, assists, steals, or points than Jordan's toughest competition, Malone and Stockton.
Mm.
Good comment.
Point, man. That's true, man.
Patrick says, what up from Croatia? Hello, Croatia. Damn, you fuckers are tall. I felt like a clown walking through the streets in Croatia.
Shout out to Croatia. I've been to Split, Croatia. Shout out to you guys.
Split is amazing. Croatia is amazing.
Yeah.
What up from Croatia? Europe, guys, Europe, he had to point out to us Americans that this isn't here.
I know we are dumb sometimes.
Hey, I fucked up the other day and said Serbia instead of Slovenia, but hey,
yeah, we do.
I was dumbing it down for us Americans who don't even know that there are other countries other than the United States. All the breakdowns of the modern fanboys' lies and revisionist history feel sorry for Luka being blamed now. Yeah, and I was going to say, well, that's his fault. No, it's not. Actually, this was a behind-the-scenes thing, and to help LeBron James, and Luka got caught up in it. That's another show. That's another show. Robin, we're 70 viewers away from 1,000 live.
See, they know. Yo, a lot of people out there, they were waiting for this day because they had to listen all season long to the narratives, the lies, the nonsense. They had to stand by and watch LeBron James make another blockbuster trade for another great player. No one wants to root for this dude. Everyone's done. So that's why when you see the way he performs, because once again, it's not like LeBron James came through and the Lakers still lost. You can literally say he has been the weak link here.
Yeah, I don't even know if you call it a blockbuster trade. It was a head scratcher. No one understood it. It doesn't make any sense. We know it helped LeBron supposedly. We know that it's what LeBron wanted, and that's the only thing that we know for sure. And the rest of it is so confusing that people are still putting together theories about it. Rob Shum says LBJ's career was manufactured and still floundered. Thank you. Couldn't put it any better. Let's get to Get Up because we are just going to trash these fucking clowns.
Is up with us this morning. We got Booze, we got Alan Hunt. We're going to pick this thing up in a good game. Dante DiVincenzo getting to the hole late in the game. Minnesota up 4 after a made free throw. Next Laker possession. It's Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves.
I got to pause it or we'll get flagged. So I'm pausing it just to pause it. But I'm going through the games and I know that Austin Reeves didn't hit everything, but I got to tell you, the number of times that Austin Reeves made me say, God damn it. Shout out to Zay. He makes me say it more than LeBron does.
Knocks down a 3. Lakers within 1. Next T-Wolves possession. Look at LeBron with the block. Play in defense and stay with the play, Booze. We're going the other way.
Wait a minute. He's fatigued. Everyone remember that he's fatigued. Everyone remember he's fatigued.
And Dorian Finney-Smith is going to put the 3 in his 3 names.
Beautiful. Did a great job of sharing the ball.
I thought he didn't have any help on that team. Look at Luka. Reeves orchestrating the offense and kicking it back out to Dorian Finney-Smith. And these guys probably say 10 times that the Wolves have a better depth than the Lakers. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I'm going to make a follow-up to this. I'm going to use our audio and put the new footage, new information on the screen. Jesus Christ. Well, I am drinking. Let's just hit play.
Wide open. Take another look at the block by LeBron. Richard Jefferson had the line of the day saying the chase down block from LeBron called by Mike Breen still rings music in his ears, but then it's Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, yes, plus the meaningless foul or the purposeless foul. Wolves up 1 after they made free throw.
You hear the subtle shit on Austin Reeves there?
Yup. The meaningless foul.
Meaningless and purposeless, he says.
Goodness gracious.
15 seconds left. This is where the game is.
There's your meaningless, purposeless foul. Greenberg!
Decided. LeBron knocks it out of bounds off of Anthony Edwards. It's going to go the other way, and the Lakers are going to have a shot to win it. But instead,
you notice that they take this approach. They show it as though this is what should have happened, but the bad people turned things around. The bad people looked at the replay and made the right call.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get a review. We're going to get an overturn. It's a foul.
How dare they overturn that? Can you see that clearly? Jesus Christ. Get your aim better, old man.
Yeah, angle.
You gonna blame this on old eyesight?
On LeBron, the call is overturned. Edwards makes both foul shots. It's a 3-point difference.
By the way, so did the Wolves have to use all of their timeouts in this game, challenging calls? Because in the previous 2 games, they had to use them all, challenging shit calls by the refs.
Well, they won that challenge, so that worked in their favor.
Oh, they won a lot of challenges, but they still lose their timeouts. That's the crazy thing about it.
That doesn't
make
any sense.
I'm not saying it does.
Differential, last chance Lakers, and all they can do is tie. We blitz the ball. They got LeBron covered. Reeves, no good, and that's how it ends.
Sorry,
I
should
feel
know
like that
this.
was bad spacing by LeBron, not only LeBron James, but by the Lakers in general. They had 3 guys all on the same side of the court, essentially. They double-teamed Luka Doncic. LeBron James is standing in a bad spot there.
Who's number 5 for the Timberwolves? I couldn't see. I should know this, but do you know?
Is that McDaniels?
No. McDaniels is 3. Conley, short-ass Conley's guarding LeBron most of the time, which is interesting by itself. We are at 1,065 viewers. We are surpassing Sunday.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so Edwards out there. Is Edwards?
Is Edwards 5? Jesus, I feel like a fucking idiot.
Is that what you said? You said 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so they're going to talk about this now, these guys on Get Up?
Yeah, they're going to say that LeBron is covered. You're 6'9". Shoot over Anthony Edwards if you're the GOAT. He can't block you. He can't physically possibly block you. They're going to say that he's covered and he has to pass. No, he was always going to pass.
But that's what I'm saying with the spacing. Like, I don't know. Look at the pass that you had Luka Doncic pass the ball to LeBron James, and then LeBron James passed the ball to Austin Reeves. Look at the distance between each of those passes. To me, that was bad spacing. Either LeBron James should have been on the opposite wing, which would have allowed Luka Doncic to maybe swing the ball to him and then make a swing. I don't even know, but to me, they're all 3 bunched up.
Before we get too far behind, the lonely one says, and remember, if Pippen supposedly was that dude, he can't be wearing Jordan's shoes and pointing at the camera, begging for the actual champ to return. How did I miss that one earlier? Because I already read thoughts on LBJ shooting 18 free throws. Sorry, everybody. We're going to get through this Get Up because I think Robin has to go before too long.
Anthony Edwards would score 43, and the Timberwolves push the Lakers to the brink. 116-113 is your final. And what I did not get a chance to mention over the highlight is that James, Doncic, Reeves, Finney-Smith, and Rui Hachimura all played every second of the second half for the Lakers.
I was actually surprised by the stat that that's never happened before. I don't think it's that weird for your best players to play every second of the fourth period when the game matters. And that's exactly what made me start to say, I bet you there's a tiny little detail that makes it true. Like somebody went in and out briefly, and therefore now they can say this. Because what exactly is they're going to talk about fatigue nonstop, fucking nonstop. Listen, if anyone's watched any of my videos, you know that these guys get rest breaks so often that if I was playing in the NBA, I would have to go and do push-ups on the sideline while they're doing free throws just to stay entertained. I mean, these guys have more than ample opportunities to fucking rest. And I don't want to hear all fucking season long about how good LeBron James looked at age 40 when all of a sudden age 40 is a problem. Is it a problem or is it not a problem? And if it's a problem, don't fucking play him.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, listen, there's an excuse. They're making excuses. They're trying to set up. But all this really does is expose J.J. Redick. I haven't really heard what they have to say, so I'm really interested to see what they're going to say because all this really doing is exposing all the hype that J.J. was getting, or J.J. Redick was getting coming into the season. Because to me, that doesn't seem like great coaching when you want to have – I mean, think about 3 of the guys that they mentioned. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. They're not known for playing defense, especially LeBron James, Luka Doncic. So why the hell would you have them in the game the entire fourth quarter?
Apparently, you haven't consulted Kendrick Perkins because LeBron James's defense is fantastic.
That's why I made that video.
This is who our sports media is now.
Yep.
Blatant
This is where you
fucking
go.
liars.
It is the first time any team made 0 substitutions in any half of any playoff game as far back as we have data for.
It's unprecedented. It's unprecedented.
Which means going back to the 96-97 season.
That's not that fucking long ago.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I missed that earlier. For that we have data for. Well, Jesus Christ, the shit you have data for now, by the way, get a goddamn life.
I mean, listen, man, go look at how many minutes Bill Russell played in the last championship run in 1969 that he had with the Boston Celtics. Go look how many minutes he played. And oh, by the way, he coached the team to a championship that season. So please stop making excuses for, oh, these guys didn't sub out since the 90s or they didn't come out the entire second half of the fourth quarter. That's either bad coaching on J.J. Redick or, like you mentioned, LH, how come LeBron James don't go to J.J. Redick and be like, yo, man, we need a rest? No one was complaining about it, right?
Bill Russell's getting crosses burned in his fucking yard while he's coaching and playing, by the way, and winning. Yep. Wow. 96-97. Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay. This just gets worse.
Nearly 30 years of data. No team did what J.J. Redick did yesterday.
We certainly played well enough to win, and we gave the effort to win, and, you know, not a planned thing to play 5 guys an entire second half. We asked him at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Now, I feel like I thought he was alluding to like some inner turmoil, like he was having drama with some players that were refusing to go in. Like, what do you mean it's not a planned thing? What do you mean? You don't have a fucking plan for the fourth period? What does he mean? Before we even get any further, what do people think he means it wasn't planned? That if that wasn't planned, that means you had a different plan that included other players and you didn't use it. Isn't that what that means?
That was planned. I don't even know it was planned triple ABB.
Well, listen, I'm getting drunk. Is that not what that means? Spell it out for me. Is that not what that means?
About right. I mean, listen to how defeated he sounds. He's so depressing to listen to, man.
Don't feel too bad. He has a 4-year guarantee. I mean, the Lakers are going to be paying 5 coaches simultaneously pretty soon. They're still paying Vogel, Ham, Redick, Nash.
Like that was his halftime adjustment.
Hey, by the way, if anyone is going to say that Redick didn't have any adjustments, actually, this is an adjustment because this is, if what you're saying is true, this is the first time that you've never not subbed people. So that is an adjustment. That's the first time we've ever seen it. How can something we've never seen before not be an adjustment?
For timeouts, you know, if you need a sub, let us know. Those guys gave a lot.
You know, we had a couple of opportunities. I don't think fatigue had anything to do with that.
Shut the fuck up. God damn, he's ugly.
Wingman is up with us early this morning. Wendy, I'll give you the first crack at it. What was your biggest takeaway from a huge game?
Stop blinking, you piece of shit.
Game 4.
First off, I want to point out Ant Edwards had 43 points in this game. He's been the best player in the series. That's why the Wolves are ahead.
How big of you? How big of you? Do you think? How big of you?
3-1. But really what happened here is J.J. Redick gambled and failed.
There they go.
He went with those guys down the stretch. Luka's 36 hours off of vomiting all day. He ran out of gas late. LeBron is...
Can you imagine if they had not played Luka in the fourth, what they would have said? How do you get Luka and then not use him? I mean, come on. Just think about the alternative and you realize that this is all stupid.
40 years old playing a game on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon after.
By the way, it's a Sunday afternoon. That's even harder on 40-year-olds, Robin, in case you didn't pick up on. Sunday afternoons are for napping.
Because he had to mention that. He had to throw that in there. He had to throw it in there. He had to say a 40-year-old playing on a Sunday afternoon. But he won't
supposed to
mention
be at the early
that between
bird
game 1
special
and
by
game
now.
2, they had 2 nights off. He won't mention that.
Oh, LeBron's supposed to be in his easy chair. Shit.
Playing on a Friday night, he ran out of gas late. They can say whatever they want. It was.
We will say whatever we want because we're going to talk about what we saw. You fucking piece of shit, Windhorst.
Blatant. And that's been the story of this series, Greeny. On Friday night, the Lakers get outscored by 10 points in the fourth quarter because they don't have the depth. Minnesota.
They don't have the depth. I can't wait to prove this motherfucker wrong with full details. Full details. The Lakers have 2 starting lineups. They have a second starting NBA lineup sitting on the bench waiting to be used instead of LeBron's fucking sorry ass. They have a better roster than the entire NBA depth-wise. Stop your bullshit, Brian Windhorst. You fucking lying piece of shit. Hey, I can't remember the last time that they didn't say that the Lakers don't have depth. I can't remember the last time they said they don't have depth.
You're right. You know what they do? Because they'll try to say the Lakers are top heavy. Oh, the Lakers. Why are they top heavy? Because LeBron James needs a billion trades and all these free agents. He always wants role star guys, not role players. But they'll try to make it seem, oh, his teams are top heavy. They just said earlier in the season, or right before the season ended. We were talking about this earlier on the other live stream. We said they have LeBron James on there, who Ken and Jet Smith told us was the second best player in the league. ESPN had him ranked 7th. You got Luka Doncic on the team, who's the top 3 player. And then you had Stephen A. Smith promoting Austin Reeves as the number 1 third option in the NBA. But you're telling me they don't have depth? They have all the depth.
These people will, from here on out, be referred to as minimums. just preparing you.
They're calling him the greatest 40-year-old in NBA's history. So you have that guy on your team with the best third option and a top 3 player. That's not enough to go with all those role guys.
Tell me another team that can say that, Robin. Can anyone else claim that advantage? Can anyone else claim that advantage?
Nope.
And all the transactions that the Lakers are always doing for LeBron's sake, how the fuck do you end up without depth? Did you accidentally get those people? Is that not who you were trading for? Did someone else show up? What the fuck are you talking about?
Has it on Sunday. They get outscored by 13 points in the fourth quarter. LeBron has no points in the fourth. Look, they made a decision at midseason not to go with that Mark Williams trade. JJ Redick played his starting center 4 minutes in this game. Maybe
he put a Mark Williams? Is he really bringing up Mark Williams? You think Mark Williams is going to make a difference? You know who would have made a difference, AOH? Anthony Davis. He would make a difference.
But the Lakers have the GOAT. Shouldn't he have made a difference?
True. That is true.
Hey, the Lakers could have developed some of their other 7-footers. They have like 7-footers to spare. What happened to Koloko? What happened to I'm forgetting some of the names of some of the other guys.
Yeah, Len?
No, not Len. Anyway, I'm clearly not prepared to throw out.
Where's Dalton Connect?
Where exactly? Listen.
I don't understand. You waste a high draft pick on Dalton Connect, who we have seen this season show potential. But once again, you think about how often they did not play him this year. So you're not getting him over success to be ready for you when it matters most.
What else does a rookie have to show you? What else does a rookie have to show you during the season to say, hey, I deserve some playing time in the playoffs? Dalton Connect has been fucking fantastic. How many times have I said that I think it's bullshit that they got him? The karma doesn't match up. They don't deserve to have Dalton Connect. But, hey, good for you, JJ, for not using him, I guess.
that will help. It will pay off long term. But the
this is only going to get better. By the way, I haven't even started going off.
Shallowness of this team and the way JJ Redick decided to manage it down the stretch were huge factors in why the Lakers lost this game.
Well, Booze, I mean, you're the one here who has played.
How disgusting to see Carlos Boozer, yet another person that LeBron James fucked during the course of his career, coming on here, being forced to, or willingly, however you want to look at it. Either way, fuck you, Boozer. get on this bandwagon.
Game at the very highest level many times in your life. As you watched it yesterday, do you believe fatigue was a factor in that fourth quarter?
I think it had to be. I mean, obviously, JJ went with the team that he thought was going to be able to get the win. They had multiple 10-point leads in the second half. We see Tibbs do it every night, but to Wendy's point, it just didn't work out last night.
Huh? So it's okay for some people, but just not LeBron's team, or what's your point?
I want everybody to understand, man. Carlos Boozer was a good player, man. He was a solid player. He played with LeBron James in that first inning in Cleveland. He was on some of those really good Utah Jazz teams with Darren Williams. So much respect to Carlos Boozer, man. But once again, these guys are not giving you any astute analysis. For him to sit there and say that fatigue was definitely a factor is an obvious statement. See, but you're making an excuse. It doesn't matter if fatigue was a factor. The point here is that these guys did not execute down the stretch, and that J.J. Redick went with the team that he thought was going to win, but no one's calling out him or calling him out, and still no one's calling out LeBron James as the leader to go to J.J. Redick and say, listen, dude, you got to sub us out. You got to make a move here. I don't get this.
I'm chomping at the bit to get to where Brian Windhorst says, you have to rest on offense. Otherwise, when else will you rest? Just so people know what's coming. We're going to get there. I just want you to know what Brian fucking Windhorst said.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are a much deeper team.
What do you think, Alan? The Tibbs is an interesting comparison. Yeah. People will complain about how much he plays his starters. As I just told you, literally no coach has ever played his starters all 24 minutes, literally every second of an entire half of a play.
Since 96, 97, bitch. Don't fucking leave out important details.
Yep. And what Carlos Boozer just said right there, when you see what they're doing also, Airways, and I know everybody in the chat, I know you guys see what they're doing here. What do they keep mentioning? They keep bringing up the word depth. Carlos Boozer just echoed Brian Windhorst and said the Minnesota Timberwolves are a deeper team. If we really want to go, person for person, we can argue which roster may be deeper. But who has more experience? Wasn't Luka Doncic just in the NBA Finals last year? I don't remember Anthony Edwards having any experience like that, or Julius Randle, or Rudy Gobert. None of these guys. So when we talk about these kinds of things, we talk about the experience for someone like LeBron James or Luka Doncic. That should help you in these scenarios against a young team.
Yes. Fucking Gobert. Fucking Gobert. Hey, everybody watching, especially fanboys, why don't you name me the Timberwolves bench? Because you were happy to say, name the bench. Name the bench of this deep, deep team that you're so familiar with that you immediately agree with what these assholes are saying. You don't have any fucking idea what they're talking about. All you did was agree.
Does anybody believe that LeBron James would be winning on the Minnesota Timberwolves? Does anyone think that if you put LeBron James and Anthony Edwards, if you switch them off, is LeBron James going to make Naz Reid better? Is he going to be able to play with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle and Mike Conley, who scored 0 points in a playoff game? Is he going to be able to win with those guys? And a DiVincenzo and a Jaden McDaniels. He's not going to help those guys. He's going to hinder them on the court because they're all going to have to cover for him in some way.
How many times did they show Conley blocking LeBron James to the ground, by the way?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. 1,134 viewers right now, Robin.
Yeah, because they're here for the facts, man. Shout out to all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I bet everybody threw up their breakfast watching this fucking show today.
Playoff game.
So you're saying not even Tibbs would do that?
Not even Tibbs would do it.
But look, with all of that.
Watch how quickly they shut this guy up. Who's this?
Yeah, he always keeps it real. Or Alan Hahn, yeah, I've heard him before.
Oh, they shut him up real fucking fast.
That said, they still should have won the game.
Oops.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Oops.
Shout out to Alan.
With all that said, they still should have won the game. It was right there. We just showed you the highlights. There were moments.
Yeah, and then who did they let shoot in the fourth period?
Yep.
Who turned it over in the fourth period?
Them to win it, including the fact that Minnesota decided not to foul up 3, to allow a 3 in the corner, that if that goes down, you're going to overtime.
That's a great point.
Oh, no, it's not.
Because that's the strategy that a lot of teams use now.
They're not winning overtime, though.
No, understood, Wendy. I get it. The extra 5 minutes wasn't going to benefit.
Wow, they already cut him off.
Benefit the Lakers, but the point is, the game was there to be won, despite all that. And J.J. Redick made it clear who he trusted and who he was going to go with in what felt like a must-win game for them. And this offseason is going to be for the Lakers, obviously. They're going to chase every big man they can find.
Another offseason.
Jesus. I just need the best point guard, the best power forward, the best defense, the best center. That's all LeBron needs. That's all. Prior to having the best of everybody, he had nothing. It's all the best, or you had shit. Holy Christ. Are you telling me that in that situation, if you have Michael Jordan on your team, you don't feel good? You don't feel confident? You think that you think that Michael Jordan is going to throw the pass to a covered Austin Reeves in the corner? Michael Jordan at least had the decency to create a good shot for his teammate before passing it off to somebody.
And bring somebody in that's over 6.
No, go ahead. Go play it. Anyways, play it.
8 that can help them at the center position.
I get that part of it, and I agree. And
no, you don't, bitch. Shut up.
This goes back to, Wendy, I remember when this trade for Luka was made, the feeling here, you said it, many others said it, was this isn't the year that it's going to, sort of bear fruit. They still need another move or two, and that's what we're talking about.
Another move or two.
That's fucking crazy. Do you fanboys not understand how fucking insane that is? Are you kidding me? Oh, I don't even want to say. What do you?
Another move or two. Not one move. They need maybe 2 moves. They need all these moves. It's the same thing. Rinse and repeat. The Lakers get bumped out. LeBron James needs more help. They got to make more moves. They got to get a free agent, a trade. Somebody needs to come because they're not good enough. They're not deep enough. I don't get this.
The last move and the only move they need to make is getting rid of LeBron James. Yep. That is the only move needed, people. That is the only move needed. How many postseasons have we seen LeBron James single-handedly fuck the Lakers' chances at winning? Just like last season and the season before, those were not blowouts. The Nuggets did not blow them out. The Lakers kept it close, and LeBron James himself fucked it away. How many fucking times do we have to see this?
Yep.
Cultists, come out from your cult. There is a whole other world of reality waiting for you. I don't even understand what you're gaining from this. What are you gaining? What's wrong with you people? You stop voting.
That said, they're in this playoff series. They've been in the games that they lost. I mean, they had every opportunity, certainly, to win games 3 and 4 on the road. Do you still feel like they have a chance to come back and survive this series against a very, very good?
By the way, Luka called for a foul on that where the defender didn't really even try to come near him. Luka reached backwards to fend off the defender from even entering his space, and then had the nerve to complain. Hey, everybody, where's LeBron James? Somebody show me LeBron James on the screen.
Minnesota team.
Luka's the out of shape one, remember?
Yep.
I mean, I would never vote against Luka or LeBron doing this. I would just point out they get 2 days off now, and the game 5 is on Wednesday, but then it's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Oh, fuck. Are they professional athletes, Wendy? Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Days off in between games for professional athletes. Why are we even waiting until Wednesday? Somebody asked that. I thought the game was going to be Tuesday. Why are we waiting until Wednesday anyhow? Jesus fucking Christ.
Right. It's just a way for them to stretch this stuff out. I did a video talking about this very aspect of the playoffs, for specifically Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Because Michael Jordan had, I believe, 3 separate occasions, or maybe 4 separate occasions in his career where he played back-to-back playoff games. LeBron James never played a back-to-back playoff game, and as you see, he got several days off in between these games. A lot of these guys, that's what we talk about. It's not the same. The guys are spreading the things out.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but LeBron has never played a back-to-back playoff game?
No, they don't play back-to-back playoff games
in 22 years, not once?
They don't do back-to-back playoff games anymore.
Yep. Travel to and from Minneapolis in there.
Oh, to and from. Because back in the old days, I only had to go 2. There was no from.
So you're asking them an incredible amount with no depth.
Oh, it's incredible.
And wait, look. He said no depth again. He mentioned the word depth again. You see, we should have counted how many times they said depth in this broadcast.
I said it at the beginning. I said it before I hit play. Pay attention to how many times they mentioned the fucking depth bullshit.
Yep.
Jeez. Hey, by the way, has anyone been able to name the Timberwolves bench yet?
I mean, in the fourth quarter, again, of these last two games, the Wolves have outscored them in the paint 20-4. They have no depth. They have no size.
That is bullshit. That is bullshit. The Lakers are gigantic. The Lakers are huge. The Lakers are fucking
like
gigantic.
You mentioned, Mike Conley is 6 feet tall. Luka Doncic is 6'7". That's the point guards. LeBron James is 6'9", 250. He's bigger than Julius Randle, man. He's bigger than Rudy Gobert. He may be taller than Rudy Gobert. He's bigger than all these guys, I thought. He's LeBron James.
Yeah, during the live broadcast, I heard them talk about how big Julius Randle is. And I'm not going to say that Julius Randle isn't big. You understand that LeBron James is bigger?
Right, we're not saying these guys are small. Julius Randle is a big guy. But LeBron James, this is what we're talking about. They'll hype up LeBron James' size and strength when it suits them, when it suits the narrative. But now they'll say that the Lakers are small? What are we doing here?
You know what I've heard creep in there more and more often is that LeBron is 260. And LeBron himself said on the Pat McAfee show that he ranges between something and 260. I think he said 215, which is a lie. He never went down to 215. But he did admit that he's gotten to 260. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking giant.
Exactly. They need their three starters to be brilliant. They basically need their three-star players to be three of the best four players in the series. That just has not happened. It could.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole point, Brian Windhorst. That's what you guys promoted coming into the season. You guys said LeBron James would be a top 7 player. Luka Doncic is a top 3 player. And now you're saying Austin Reeves is the best third option. No one said Jaden McDaniels was the best third option. No one said Rudy Gobert was the best third option or Julius Randle. And now you're trying to say they have to be the best 3 players? They're supposed to be.
Well, what was the luxury of being on Michael Jordan's team? You could have fuck up nights and he would be there for you. What's LeBron James's legacy? If the role players aren't absolutely pristine, then you lose and they get the blame. It's not, oh, LeBron was there to carry them. Despite the narratives, I know that fanboys think that that's what a lot of LeBron's career was. You haven't looked. And you don't want to. It's not pretty.
It could happen over these next 3 games, but the margin for error is non-existent.
We're seeing it, and there's no voice that carries more weight, I guess, than that of Magic Johnson, who tweeted, I don't know if it's smart to play LeBron and Luka the entire second half after only having 1 day of rest between games 3 and 4.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Exact. Magic, you never played? I bet you Magic Johnson played back-to-back too at some point, didn't he?
Absolutely. This is a PC answer from Magic Johnson. He's just
on
the line. He's a legend.
Oh, and as bad as Magic is, James Worthy, like on a nightly basis, is humiliating himself.
When we needed LeBron to take over.
What? Go ahead.
Look what Magic Johnson said. I know they're going to finish reading it off, but you see, he said, when we needed LeBron to take over in the fourth quarter, he couldn't. He scored 0 points in the fourth. When we needed. So he's speaking from, the view. He's a Laker. That's what he's speaking as.
I think it's sacrilegious to embrace LeBron James as a Laker. LeBron has been a leech who got what he needed out of an organization, in my opinion. He hasn't done anything culture wise for the Los Angeles Lakers. And when we needed LeBron to take over in the fourth, he couldn't. Now that could be calling LeBron out, like he doesn't have the capability of getting it done. Or is he talking about fatigue? He couldn't because he's tired. Because I have a bad feeling that he's agreeing that, he couldn't because of what JJ did to him. JJ made him play with constant rest and constant stops throughout the fourth period, by the way.
In the fourth quarter, he couldn't. He scored 0 points in the fourth. And you're wondering, well, just how rare is it for LeBron to score 0 points in the fourth? Well, I'm glad you asked. Yesterday was the 164th career playoff game in which LeBron has.
I love the still frame, dribbling at a level that would get the ball stolen immediately in a previous era.
That's funny.
But
look what they wrote here. Look what they wrote, AOH. They said third career playoff fourth quarter with 0 points in 10+ minutes. But are they going to tell us what games those were? Because we all know what games those were.
Thank you, sir. I mean, boy, do they think about how much work the production team went into making sure that they could present this in as deceptive of a manner as possible. Jesus Christ.
Played at least 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's just the third time he scored 0 points. He had a plus minus of -13 in the fourth quarter, which by definition just means they were outscored by 13.
He had a plus minus of 13.
You see what he did there too? You see what he did there, Greeny? See, these guys, I don't know why they have to add in the extra stuff. I guarantee you that was not written on the script. He threw that in there. He talked about LeBron James and what he mentioned there about the oh man, now I forgot. What did he just say, Greeny? There, I forgot. I blew a brain fart now.
I can't help you because I'm fucking drunk.
I can't.
Plus minus of -13 in the fourth quarter, which by definition just means.
Oh, he said -13.
Oh yes, that's right. He mentioned the plus minus, but he had to also throw in there, which by definition means they just got outscored in the fourth quarter. Yes, once again, you're trying to not give people real true context or educate them. Yes, you can say in a quick sentence that plus minus is how many points you guys, were outscored by. But when you talk about the lack of impact, when you score 0 points and you're a -13, that compounds that.
Where's Uncut Hoops? Uncut, if you're listening.
He was here.
I don't think that you are an on-screen type of personality. I'm just gathering because you haven't responded to my invitations. But let me tell you something. There's a spot for you if you want to throw in data points. Be our little production guy because your fucking data is fantastic. Your production is fantastic also. Your data and your production together make your videos elite. That's me being nice. Now, I want to use you. You could throw some shit in here that would absolutely annihilate these people in addition to what we're talking about because you always bring the data. Robin, we're at 1,200 viewers.
They were outscored by 13 because he was on the floor for every second of it. Again, he's 40 years old, Booze. It is.
Did anybody know that LeBron James is 40? In case you missed the 5,000 times they said it during every game. Fucking fuck me. By the way, other people, thank you viewers, have already pointed out Michael Jordan has played every minute of every fourth quarter as a 40-year-old. It's not impossible, people, especially considering that we take 5-minute commercial breaks, that for some reason it takes 3 minutes to complete free throws because we review everything. And as Wendy's going to say, there's nothing wrong with resting on offense.
It's not a criticism to say that he was brilliant on Friday night trying to carry that team basically by himself with Luka having been sick.
He's talking about LeBron James, by the way. You wouldn't know it unless I told you. LeBron James carried them by himself. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. You scumbag.
All day. It was tough to watch. LeBron.
You fucking
scumbag. This is tough to watch, Greeny. You're tough to listen to. This is someone talking about. Yo, this dude Greeny, like 10 years ago, he was a decent analyst and broadcaster on ESPN. This dude has gone downhill fast over the last several years, man. That's why I don't listen to these programs. This dude just said a bunch of nonsensical stuff just for no reason, just to make LeBron James look better in a loss.
Apparently, this is what you have to do to survive.
Insane.
Trying to gut that out in that fourth quarter yesterday when it was obvious he just had nothing left.
No.
It was so obvious he didn't ask for a relief or a sub.
I can't wait. I can't wait to put the clips of LeBron James sitting in the corner blowing on his hands next to him giving everything.
And like you said, AOH, you mentioned earlier when they showed that clip of LeBron James blocking that shot late in the fourth quarter. He didn't look tired on that play. And these are the things that we're talking about. LeBron James will stand around all game long so that he has a little bit of energy from these little spurts like that.
And who did he do that to? DiVincenzo? Fucking do that to Hakeem, bitch. I want to see you do that to Hakeem.
Yo, shout out to Jim. Jim's in the chat.
Oh, Jim. I tried to entice Jim into taking my research assignment. Jim. Excuse me. Jim, how far, what's the margin that makes what they're saying true, which, by the way, only went back to 96, 97. What are the tiny details that they're leaving out that makes playing everyone for the entire fourth period interesting? Because I have this feeling that, like, probably coaches sub someone, one player in, one player out, or maybe it was a couple of seconds, things like that, that allowed this lie to technically be true, but it's still a deception. Anyway, Jim, the mission is yours if you choose to accept it.
Brown was outstanding yesterday. Obviously, he did a great job. Triple-double alert almost every.
Shut up, Boozer. The league fucked you when you're on the Bulls facing LeBron James. Fuck you, you kiss ass.
He said triple-double alert. What does that mean, man? What does
It means he didn't get a triple-double, but he still put the words out there so that LeBron fans can be like, triple-double! Even though it doesn't mean a goddamn thing when Jokic has triple-doubles. And I don't want to set you off, Robin. I know you've spent a lot of energy recently shitting on Jokic. But
I've been telling the facts.
That's fine. It's fine.
But this man just said triple-double alert?
Yeah, exactly. What does that mean? Like you asked, what the fuck does that mean, Boozer? And you look as shitty as you did when you were playing for the Bulls, by the way.
Game he plays. It's just tough when you know that you need.
What's happening? What is happening with him?
Need him down the stretch to score points to give Luka a little bit off. Luka also had a great game, but they both didn't have enough. They didn't have enough juice at the end of the game.
Final word on it, Alan.
Well,
Jesus Christ, that's what having a superstar means. Have enough. Do it. Get it done.
they were seeking out Luka.
Am I on the Lakers? If I was on the Lakers, you guys could blame me. I'm not a superstar with a max contract.
They were picking on Luka. They were doing what
they were not. Bullshit. Luka's sick or not sick. Luka was still making people look like fools. Now, maybe he was manipulating the refs and part of making people look like fools. But I do believe that Luka was once again the highest scorer.
What everybody is going to start to try to do, what the Celtics showed you in the finals last year, is put Luka in every type of action defensively.
Oh, show Luka missing.
Yeah, but what happened right there in that play? What happened on that possession? You had Austin Reeves going one-on-one at the top of the key. He made a quick pass to Luka Doncic, and he just chucked up a three. What kind of offense is that? That's horrendous basketball. These are the things that we're talking about. That's not basketball.
I said in my members only live, today's NBA is the exact type of basketball that makes me leave a pickup court. I'm like, what am I doing here? You guys are wasting my time. The fuck is the point of me being here? Why am I running the court? Why am I setting screens? Why am I picking and rolling when you're going to do the exact same fucking stupid isolation bullshit every single time that we're down here? What am I doing here? I'll go jog in circles and be more stimulated than this version of basketball.
Yo, Uncut Hoop says Curry in Game 3 versus Houston did what LeBron cannot.
Thank you. Oh,
that's the facts, Uncut.
Yeah, but, you know, Curry's 37 to LeBron's 40. And you fanboys, let's understand that you've been calling LeBron 40 since he was 36.
That's
Honestly,
so true.
I've been hearing about what LeBron's doing at this age for 5 fucking years. I don't hear it about Curry. Smaller, harder shot attempts. It's got to be more exhausting for Curry to do what Curry does. And I don't agree with it. And let's keep going. I haven't even gotten to the Windhorst's just real fucking shit drop.
His inability to defend, especially one-on-one. And that's why when you talk about formulas to come back and win the series, how do you protect him and hide him so that he's not in those situations? Minnesota is a team that's got a lot of length, size, and toughness, and they're going to.
Are we talking about protecting and hiding your superstars?
Yep.
That's dumb.
Keep going at him.
And we'll say it again, and Wendy's opened by saying it, and we'll have more time to say it as the day goes on. The best player in the series has been Anthony Edwards, and at this moment, he may be the best player on the floor in the series, regardless of the circumstances. We'll have much more time to get into all of the rest of the dramatic playoff action. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Rui Hachimura all played the entire.
They got to repeat themselves. The same shit. I'm pausing it just so we don't get flagged. Sorry, everybody. It's only a few moments here.
Entire second half for the Lakers. It is the first time any team made 0 substitutions in any half of any playoff game as far back as.
Is that true for the entire half? I don't even think that's true. They didn't make any substitutions the entire half? That's
of a playoff game since 96, 97.
The same 5 played the third and fourth period for the Lakers?
Yeah, the whole entire half.
I will say not putting Jared Vanderbilt in there by itself is a flaw because that guy was pissing me off. Like, I wouldn't want to face him.
As we have data for, which means in the late 90s, nearly 30 years of data.
Yeah, we heard this part.
To win and, not a player to play 5 guys an entire second half. We asked them at the beginning of the fourth quarter, told them we had 2 extra timeouts. If you need a sub, let us know.
It's interesting. This is a tiny detail, but that's almost the coach putting it back on the players. Hey, I told you if you needed a break, let me know. And of course, you did have both of your timeouts since you didn't have to waste them challenging bullshit calls.
Those guys gave a lot.
We had a couple of opportunities.
Jesus, shut the fuck up, you hideous cave troll.
Away from what was a sensational performance by Anthony Edwards and a crushing loss for the Lakers.
Oh, is that Perkins or another fucking giant beast on the left?
Yeah, they got somebody else.
God damn. What were you trying to say?
Is that Damian Woody? I don't know who that
doesn't trust any of his centers. He played them for 4 minutes. Jackson Hayes played 4 minutes in this game. He doesn't trust his bench. He only trusted 5 players, so he gambled and lost. If you look back to Friday, and I know Luka was sick on Friday, but if you look back to Friday, the Lakers get outscored in the 2 fourth quarters in Minneapolis by 23 points. They get outscored in the paint by 20-4 in those fourth quarters. That's where they lost the game. They lost the game because their players.
God, what would I pay to get the game footage and make Brian Windhorst watch how shitty LeBron James is and make Windhorst listen to what he said while showing it?
We're gassed. You're relying on a 40-year-old with 36 hours off between games.
Oh, 36 hours, Robin.
Yup.
36 hours. I'm not sure how a professional athlete can recover in 36 hours.
You know what I'm hearing right now? I mean, ESPN is starting to turn into excuse ESPN. That's all you hear from these guys.
It is. It is. And we always talk about this. Did ESPN cause the downfall of society? Like excuse society, victimhood society? Like, you just tune into these assholes and learn that there's always someone to blame. You don't go here for inspiration about overcoming, do you?
How come no one has once said the Lakers are underachieving? No one's saying they're underachieving. They keep making excuses. Because remember, just like a month ago, towards the end of the season, when the Lakers had that 8-game winning streak, ESPN was asking, are the Lakers the most dangerous team in the NBA? That's what they were asking on ESPN. It doesn't make any sense. These guys don't keep the same energy for what they talk about.
That's one of the reasons LeBron doesn't have energy at the end. He can say whatever he wants. The results show no points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I skipped past LeBron, but it is worth noting. I did hear it earlier. I can't hear him twice. He did defend JJ. Well,
he has to.
Exactly. How often have we heard LeBron defend coaches? Only now. And that's because LeBron James is absolutely responsible for JJ being there.
Yup.
I mean, come on, people. Call me a hater if you want to, but coincidences and reality need to be separated. It's the only time that LeBron James has ever covered for a coach instead of throwing him under the bus. And it's because LeBron James brought JJ Redick in.
Luka Doncic.
And LeBron James could have, as JJ said, done what LeBron does all the rest of the time.
36 hours after vomiting up all day, sleeping all day Saturday. He plays him the whole second half. You are just asking for problems here. The Lakers made a bunch of fatigue mistakes down the stretch. It's very close, I agree. But even if Austin Reeves hits this three at the end of the game, I don't think there's any way the Lakers win in overtime. They just don't have a deep enough team. They've gambled.
There it is again.
Again.
There it is again.
Again.
I mean, it's basically LeBron by himself. If we break down what Wendy's saying.
With it, and it looks like it's going to cost them.
All right, so I'm not here to make excuses for anybody.
Are you kidding me?
Not only has the first half of the show, because I've already suffered through this, been excuses. The second half of the show, he continues to make excuses.
Say this. JJ Redick treated this like a game 7. Wendy said in our meeting this morning that he coached it like it was a game 7. I think he thought it that way.
Why wouldn't you? You don't want to go down 3-1.
I think he looked at this as, if we lose this game, we're done. I mean,
these fucking people have me defending JJ Redick, for God's sakes.
Have to win this game. He coached it that way. So while obviously you get judged on the results, I actually defend the decision to do it. If that's what he thought he had to do.
Do you? You shit on it for the last fucking 10 minutes. Yep. What is he saying? Did he not just shit on it the first 10 minutes of the show and historically show us that no one else has ever made that mistake before?
He did.
Then what is he fucking saying right now?
To try and win the game, Booze. I defend the decision, even though obviously you have to live with the result and it goes the wrong way. What did you think of it, Booze?
Yeah, I agree with Wendy. I think ultimately JJ felt like he trusted those guys to get the job done.
Why wouldn't you? Isn't Luka one of the craziest fucking in-game players ever?
Yep.
What are you going to do? Put LeBron down and then get completely annihilated when ESPN claims that the reason you lost is that LeBron wasn't in?
Exactly.
Get the win. They had multiple 10-point leads in the second half. And to Wendy's point, his gamble came up short. They didn't have enough juice in the end in the fourth quarter. Bron only taking 2 shots. Guys missed a lot of open shots. Luka was carrying for a long time but didn't have enough down the stretch of that game. Ultimately, he played him too much. But we've seen it done, not that before, but we've seen Tibbs play his guys 45-plus minutes, and we've seen games where they went down the stretch and didn't have the win. The bottom line is, this is Minnesota series. They took a stranglehold on the series, threw up 3-1, and the Lakers have a super hill to climb.
Yeah.
Got a lot of repeating.
I want to hear what this guy has, the other guy has to say.
I'm hoping to get to it.
No question.
Back though on this, because all I'm going to say is this: is that LeBron James, we just showed it, made some incredible defensive plays.
Oh, you pitch.
Right, like
here
he
we
was
go.
all over it defensively. Did he look tired defensively?
No.
Well, he's saying what you said, Robin. He's like, hey, and he's going to get shut the fuck up again in a second for making sense.
Chase down block. Has he ever had a great chase down block before in his career? He might
yeah.
have had one.
But I mean,
but what he was doing defensively did not look like a guy who was tired. He took 2 shots. His last shot was with under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Why didn't he take more shots? Why didn't he get the ball more? There's a lot of questions that you're looking at there, but I understand that it looks strange that he played an entire 24 straight minutes in the second half of a playoff game. But
it's not straight. Don't say straight. It's anything but straight. I would get bored playing in an NBA game. They stop so fucking often.
Defensively, he didn't look fatigued. He looked like he was ready on every single play. He made some spectacular plays. It's just he never really got the ball. He never really seemed to be a guy that they were trying to feed the ball to on offense.
Oh, God.
Oh, really? Did he just say he never got the ball?
Oh,
he always has the ball.
Oh, they did.
I can't believe they're saying this stuff.
It's the team's fault for not getting the ball to a guy who notoriously chokes in the fourth. Get that guy the ball more. Going 0 for 2 wasn't enough. We needed to see him go 0 for 5.
And that's what part I don't understand.
If you watch it, their entire offense in the fourth quarter of that game was Luka brings it up, get a screen out there, try and either he gets it and find an open man and get an open three.
How the fuck is that a surprise if you've looked at Luka Doncic's career? That's what he does, but he gets it done a lot. Like, that's why people are impressed by Luka. Despite Luka's flaws, he makes incredible fucking shit.
Yeah, and I mean, if Anthony Davis was there, then this would just be LeBron James and Luka Doncic's place doing the same nonsense out there. Except LeBron James is not as clutch as Luka Doncic has been, and he can't handle or shoot the way that Luka Doncic can.
Isn't it something that these guys are surprised that the Lakers are dealing with not having Anthony Davis when they chose to trade away Anthony Davis?
And they knocked down some threes that kept them in the game. And so there's questions about whether LeBron was passive in this game. I think that's one of the questions that I've heard.
Look at you guys ever see LeBron there? Look how important he is. That's not unusual. If anyone's watched any of my videos, that's what LeBron James does. Put some popcorn. Give me an AI artist and put popcorn in LeBron James's hand, and you would have a hard time knowing if he's in the game or not.
He took yes, it was sort of a bad three late. Look, I'm not here to defend LeBron James either, but
you lying.
Oh my God.
You lying piece of shit. Your career depends upon it, if we're being honest.
I'm doing it. I'm defending JJ Redick, and I'm defending LeBron James. This is 36.
I'm not here to do it. I'm just doing it.
6 hours removed from he carried them single-handedly with
Jesus. He says he
just said single-handedly. Single-handedly, even though we saw in that same game LeBron James not make it across half court several times.
In game 3. We're talking about game 3.
Game 3, yes.
Which they lost, but let's praise LeBron in the loss.
Because he was single-handedly out there by himself because Luka Doncic wasn't 100%.
Luka, as Wendy is saying, being sick on Friday night. He almost won that game by himself Friday night.
That is just here. And unfortunately, the human race, the human population is willing to hear this and say, oh, that's what happened. Think, people. Don't call yourselves the most intelligent species and then listen to these assholes without looking for yourselves.
The man is 40 years old.
Did you know he's 40? Holy shit, news update. For the fucking 10th time in this show by itself, much less the 30 goddamn times during the game.
And we're sitting here criticizing him for not being able to carry his team to.
Oh, you fuck.
Carry his team.
I want to punch Greeny in the face. I want to knock him to the ground and continue punching him. You fuck. You scumbag. Can I get in trouble for saying that?
Insane. I can't believe that you single-handedly and carried
in that fourth quarter. All right, we have set the stage for the Laker fan.
Here we go.
D. Wood, I might have to just move a little bit away.
So let's see what he says.
What are your emotions this morning?
Where the fuck is the Windhorst quote? I've been waiting all day for this.
I think it's over. I think the series is over. The one thing.
Who is this guy?
As Damian Woody. He used to play in the NFL.
Watching this series, Minnesota is clearly the deeper team.
So he's an.
There we go, Jeff.
How many guys do they find that need money to say what they're told to say?
I mean, I'm looking.
It's sad that Steve Nash is in that category.
At Nas Reed, by God, Nas Reed has just been outstanding.
Big shot.
Dante.
Poor LeBron had to go against the legendary likes of Nas Reed. That's unfair.
DiVincenzo's been outstanding.
Oh, he went against DiVincenzo. LeBron James faced DiVincenzo.
I mean, McDaniel, they have so many guys who.
So many.
Yeah, but he won't talk about how bad Rudy Gobert has been in a lot of these games. He won't talk about how inconsistent Mike Conley has been or Julius Randle. Where were those guys he just mentioned in game 2 when the Wolves lost? All of those guys were missing shots.
Look at this still. It's LeBron at a Diddy party. It's Shannon Sharpe in front of LeBron James. I mean, which one is it? Put any caption you want to next to that still frame.
Now they're two-way players. They're just going out there and defensively.
Hey, Isn't it amazing that nowadays we have two-way players? It's amazing that teams have guys that can play both directions.
That's the only analysis that he's given that's accurate. Yes, but you're exposing LeBron. You just admit that LeBron James don't play no defense because none of them dudes is two-way players. Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James.
As Brian Windhorst is about to accidentally expose.
We are like a glove on all of our guys, especially Luka. I don't know how many times I've seen Luka hasn't been able to blow by any of those guys. Those guys have been strapping Luka down. I know Luka scored whatever he scored, but
that's professional analysis.
I know Luka scored whatever he scored, but he didn't blow by none of these guys.
They grabbed this guy 5 minutes before the production and put a suit on him.
The defense has been like they're wearing these guys down, and I agree. The amount of minutes that our frontline guys have played in this
hour.
I don't even know what he's saying there. That's crazy. He said hour.
Game, and we didn't come up with the win. To me, that's the exclamation point on this series. It's over because I just don't see those guys recovering from that.
He didn't say anything that whole time. That was the most meaningless commentary.
Windman, I mean, look, LeBron James is the biggest name in all of this, and so people are going to focus on it. And it, frankly, it wasn't even until this morning that I realized there were people being critical of him for being passive in the fourth quarter. That.
So here comes the defending now by Greeny.
Hey, Robin, has it been anything except for defending LeBron?
Insane.
But he said he's not, so that's all you need to cling to, everyone. Come on, Wendy, drop the bomb.
Certainly wasn't the way I viewed the game yesterday. What are the right things to say about that story this morning?
The right things. The right things to say.
The right narrative.
Oh, he was resting on offense. That was he only had. You have to rest somewhere. He was resting on offense, and
you have to rest somewhere. Rest on offense, says Balloon Man. Says the human balloon. Are you listening? Fat, lazy, unathletic, out of shape globe. Another excuse not to be physically active and push yourselves. You have to rest somewhere. Why would you play both sides of the ball as a professional athlete?
This is a crazy statement from Brian Windhorst, especially, like I said, when he's supposed to be the expert on this panel right now. He's supposed to be able to give you some kind of journalistic breakdown and give you some astute analysis. And he says that he had a rest on offense. But remember, just minutes ago, they were criticizing the Lakers for playing a style of offense with Luka Doncic controlling the ball and doing his thing while everyone stands around. But then minutes later, Brian Windhorst says LeBron James is resting on offense. So what is Luka Doncic supposed to do if LeBron James is resting on offense?
But imagine the message that Wendy is sending to people, young people listening. You have to rest somewhere. Not during the timeout. Not during the free throws. Not during the commercials. Not during the play reviews. During the game, when you're supposed to be active. Pick and choose when to rest and not be a part of your team, even if you're fucking called the GOAT. It's okay to be the GOAT and fucking rest during active play. Jesus Christ, I can't believe the shit that I hear. Robin, I think I could spend an entire day talking about that quote. You got to rest somewhere.
So now LeBron is resting on offense, and we all know, everybody in the chat, you guys at home, you guys know, we know that LeBron James is resting on defense. So when is he actually playing the game then?
Thank you. Yes. Oh, well, I can tell you on those few highlight reels that are enough to make everybody think that LeBron James is playing elite defense. LeBron James played help defense when someone else was doing the primary guarding on DiVincenzo and somehow managed to block DiVincenzo's 6'4" ass. Wow, how'd you do it, LeBron, when you weren't even the primary defender? Good for you.
Yo, wait, man, I got to get going, man. We went really long with this one because it was a really good show. Yeah. But I got to get going, man.
Thanks for coming in. Well, wow. We didn't get to Windhorst until the end. I'll get to the chats. Let me see if somebody wants to come in and take Robin's place. Robin, Sports and Business Rants, a pleasure. Thanks for being there. Thanks for bringing it.
Yeah, yo, Airways, man, this is a great show. I had a great time with you, man. You was in rare form out here today, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Setting the record straight with me. Everybody in the chat, thank you very much, guys. We went over, I think, 1,100 live viewers at one point. So that's really amazing, guys. Like I said, it means a lot that you guys come out and support us in the chat and all that stuff. So thank you once again for everybody that came through AOH. As always, man, it was a pleasure. And you guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Let me play some intermission music. Thanks, Robin. We'll catch you in the next one. And I'll get to reading some of these chats.
Foul. No, 2 fouls.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's true.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Robin, are you still there? Or is that a freeze frame? Must be a freeze frame. What did you think of that? What a freaking shit show of Get Up. Do I dare even try and get through these chats? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for suffering through that. Holy moly. Let's see if we can get Zay to jump in. Zay, your cousin is not invited. I can't. I just can't. I'm too old, too cranky. There's only so much I can take. I better take some callers. It feels very empty in here all of a sudden. Not to me. I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. You can't expect me to go this long. Man. Let's read some super chats. Brian kissing LeBron's after being crapped on. That, yeah, I thought about that. That's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, LeBron shits on everybody, and they keep coming back for more. How long ago was it that we thought Kendrick Perkins was gonna turn on LeBron? And I was like, no, he's not. Come on, no, he's not. I'm gonna go ahead and post the call-in link. Yeah. When did Bronny earn this in this game? Well, that didn't take long. Hello, Speam. Hello, Speam Engine.
It took you goddamn long enough.
Okay. And
don't do it.
It's
Don't do it.
King's Speech. Are you sure as fuck can't fucking carry this show?
I sure can.
People are already tuning out. Let me remove Speam Engine. Don't leave, everyone. I'll kick him out.
I can't see the numbers to back this up, but I don't think so. I doubt it.
We went from 1,200 to 969. And
I don't believe you.
King's Speech. And
King's Speech.
I'm going to bring Nick in too. Let's have multiple people on here at once.
Nick.
What stood out to you guys the most? Do you guys even want to talk about that Get Up show? Because that Get Up show by itself, boy. Or do you want to talk about something else? And I'm not going to be rude. Whoever talks first gets to go.
Can you repeat that question or repeat that statement?
Was that Speam?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up and let some competent people talk.
That's all right. America gets to see the real you. Keep going.
Okay. Is everybody being this polite? Okay. Let's do a sound check. King's Speech. Can you hear us? All right. Nick, how about you?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right, Nick, you go then. There's a problem with
Asshole.
King's Speech.
I mean, aside from just wanting the fucking human race to end after hearing all this, I don't have a lot more to say, honestly. It is absolutely fucking shocking.
I'm getting a little bit of an echo on my side.
There's more than a little bit. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if it's me. You guys can hear me properly, right?
You sound okay right now.
You sound good, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what new things to add.
Right.
Because you've been saying this for years now.
Yep.
And in all honesty, I think that most of the frustrations that people have about LeBron overall are not really what he plays on the court like, but it's mostly all of the fucking jockeys and jock sniffers that completely are willing to move mountains for this dude for no fucking reason. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, listen, man, I'm 28 years old. Even though, yeah, you know, hair's falling out, it's all going to shit. But I'm young. I'm not, you know, an old head. I haven't seen Michael Jordan play live. None of that stuff. Even though he is, by me at least, considered to be the greatest player ever. And the reason why is because I fucking went back and watched it.
Mm-hmm.
At least what I could find. You know what I mean? And you would have to be fucking retarded to think that
Can't say that.
My bad. Sorry, I'm European.
Come up with another synonym that will also not be allowed in a year from now.
That's risky, man.
Where are you from, by the way? Where are you from?
But I'm from Macedonia. I live just below Jokic, actually.
Okay, so by the way, because he's from Macedonia, he can say retarded. Go ahead. I give you permission.
Oh, there's no like copyright laws. There's no nothing here. It's fantastic.
It's just that 90% of our
my gosh,
90% of our population is retarded, and so we have to be sensitive.
You can just say American, actually, probably.
Ooh, no,
LeBron's
you know,
fans.
like that. Yeah, you can say LeBron fans for sure, man. I have trouble understanding it because the league overall sucks, and I've given you suggestions to check the EuroLeague, for example. Not that it's, you know, amazing, not that it's like 90s NBA, but because there's hand checking allowed, you can sit under the rim. You don't have to, you know, follow the 3-second rule. It is a much better fucking product.
Hey, Nick, are you the one who's gifting memberships? Oh, that's so cool. I don't even know
Hey,
how
shout
to
out
do
to you, bro. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I've been trying to.
How do you do it?
Well, there's just a button and it gives you options to like gift different memberships and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, you have to hit it's like a $ button. It's like a $ button, and you can either super chat or do the gift of gift membership. So yeah.
I think it's so mysterious to me because I can't do it. They don't let me do it because I was trying to like gift memberships to the panel so that they could see everything I do, and I can't do it. Weird.
You might have to come up with a dummy name or let somebody else do it. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, the way that it works is that it gives a gift in the chat, and the people who are the fastest will pick it up.
Yeah, the faster to click on it will get the membership. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nick.
I mean, my logic was I can either send the same amount of money in super chats, but if people see the only members videos, and there's quite a lot of them, then they'll like it because they like the rest of your content. So they'll just continue with the membership on their own.
Good man. That's a fan right there.
Makes a lot of sense. I got to become a member too. I'm a member of 2 places, but I got to be a LOH member for sure.
I've been trying to detach myself from this for quite a long time. I can't seem to do it. So,
King's Speech. Someone asks, "What are you wearing in your shot image?"
Oh, the avatar. That's a Knicks shirt. I'm a Knicks fan, so you know.
Okay. Hey, Nick,
how are you? Yeah.
Nick, did you get your comment out?
I'll be very honest, man. It's midnight here. I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about.
It's all right. We appreciate you calling in, no matter what.
Thanks, man.
All right. Man. Hey, okay. What do you think of Luka? Is he starting to embarrass Europeans at this point? Because his crying is just getting a bit too much.
I mean, I don't think it's that different from before. The only difference is that
It's
he was
not
playing
worse.
in Dallas.
It
I
was
don't think
bad
it's
in
worse.
Dallas, but I wasn't paying as much attention, so I
He-
don't actually know.
He is getting a more favorable whistle, but
Even more
he's
so.
still complaining the same amount. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The only difference is that in Dallas he was, he's the next Dirk for them. So he was revered and nobody really paid that much attention to it. But now in LA, he gets criticized. He actually probably gets criticized just because he's playing with fucking LeBron. Because they put him on a pedestal and they set him up to fail.
At least in Dallas, he could have been the next Dirk. What's he going to be
Yeah.
in LA? Who's he the next of in LA? He's the next scapegoat.
Okay, so because I'm European, right? You can put in LA right now. You can put
pizza. Oh, pizza? Yeah, you know.
You can put Jokic and Giannis in LA. Giannis is probably going to be a spot up shooter, and Jokic is going to be a failed center. Because that's the consequence of playing with LeBron James in the same fucking team. You just go down. You only have so many possessions in a fucking basketball game. You can't do miracles. And the way that people tend to analyze trades and team composition is, okay, Luka's averaging 35 in Dallas. He's going to do the same exact production here. He dribbles the air out of the ball, and it works for Dallas because he's playing with Kyrie, and Kyrie is an amazing off-ball player. LeBron is fucking not. It is what it is. Even if you put Jokic and Giannis on the Lakers, they're still going to suck.
Interesting. It's a big statement. King Speech, what do you think?
Can I respond to that real quick?
Okay.
King Speech. Yeah. I don't think either of those players would mesh well with LeBron because they wouldn't want to defer to him to begin with. They wouldn't. Giannis or Jokic, neither one of them are going to fold or acquiesce to what LeBron's trying to do. So it wouldn't. I don't imagine either of their roles getting any worse. I feel like they would be like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm still going to do what got me a championship because they're both champions. That's LeBron's always thing is what championship, caliber mindset can he bring to what player? But if champions are coming to him, that's a different conversation.
That's fair. My point was more so to the level of talent and skill that they have and what they can achieve on their own. And then if you combine that without the ego of a champion and the pride of it all, if you combine that with LeBron, it's going to be a Bosch all over again. It's going to be Wade all over again.
The lowly one says, I wish I had 36 hours to rest up. Pathetic. I mean, how much sympathy do we give to people who are paid millions of dollars to work their bodies hard?
To play a basketball game.
Jesus.
Play a basketball game.
To get paid billions to play a child's game. 36 hours. It's like, tell that to the nurse having to work 2 overnights, 3 overnights in a row, 5 overnights in a row, 36 hours. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Xavier says, if the Lakers had a smart front office, they wouldn't have gave LeQueen a no trade clause and would have traded him for Luka and kept AD. Oh, well, that would have been a different story, wouldn't it?
It would have made a lot more sense.
Holy shit. Imagine Luka and AD.
Yeah, but you can't really do that. Realistically speaking, it's not like they wouldn't want to do it. It's that the other people also, if I'm allowed to say, are not retarded. If you offer them a 40-year-old failed superstar that is going to completely dismantle your team's future.
I have to listen to Bay Area sports radio say that the Warriors should have brought in LeBron.
Hell no.
But I'm just telling you, you hear this bullshit. People say these things.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the Warriors, do you know that they have one of the fewest whistles this particular year.
Like
they
what?
have something
What's
like
the ranking?
minus 600,
Huh.
which is
That makes
insane.
sense. Makes sense. They shoot a lot of jump shots.
Yeah, but they're
See-
also a very, very small lineup.
Yeah, that too. What I think is happening right now is I think that the media is so one thing has been greatly exposed, that the Lakers have built this team for the last 7 years around an aging one-way fraud of a player, right? And now this roster, and this is the problem, they have Jackson Hayes as the only center that they want to play. And now they are trying to get to a Western Conference full of complete teams with this roster. And so JJ Redick trusted this. I can almost guarantee you that his decision to play that roster, to play that 5 for the second half, was based on analytics. I guarantee you they got probably like the best net rating or something, and that's what he kind of looked at. And I don't know why he didn't make a substitution, but either way, the cope. The cope makes no. I mean, the cope is ridiculous. Like, you're okay if you're on the floor and you feel he needed a rest and he needed a break. Well, then sit him. Sit him. Why? Why? Luke is 25. There's no excuse. He shouldn't get tired. But if you felt that LeBron, and this is what goes to show you, if LeBron had to give an honest effort on both sides of the ball, that's what his numbers would be. Whatever he did in the second half was what if he played the game the right way and played on both sides every night, he would be about a 16, 17 point scorer. Instead, he has to play. It's either one or the other, either offense or defense. And we all know. Look, yeah, we all know his offense is just diving to the basket when wide open driving lanes. And they built this roster around him when they should have been building around AD, or at least now Luka. Like, what does Luka need? Why are they still thinking what LeBron needs? He is a fraud. He had a negative plus or minus on a team that had a positive net rating. So that goes to show you that they were better with him off the floor than they were with him on the floor. And you could say, oh, he played a lot with the second unit, and the second unit was weak. Well, I thought he'd make everybody better. I thought he's Mr. Utility Guy. I thought you could put him whatever the team is weak, you could let LeBron play that position or play that area of the floor. And it goes to show you this guy, look, he cares about numbers more than winning. And now it's this Frankenstein mash of a team that let's keep it real. And I said this coming into the series. The hottest team in the West was the Wolves. They were 32-29 on March 2nd. They finished up 48. They got the 6th seed on the last day of the season, but they were 18-4 coming into the playoffs. The Lakers were mediocre 13-11. So why was the Lakers everybody's darling? You're talking about a team that lost 11 games in the last month and a half, and you're thinking they're a better team than a team that lost 14 games all season in OKC. So I'm like, slow down. You got the Wolves in front of you. The Wolves, if there was another week of the season, probably would have caught the Lakers in the standings.
Good point. Hey, everybody, I appreciate it. What a great show. Thanks for everyone who called in. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Sports and Fitness Rants. Nick, thanks for gifting all those memberships. King Speech, thanks, everybody in the super chats. And I'm going to go take all those sound bites and put them next to the footage that shows just how fucking ridiculous Greeny and Windhorst are. And I'll see you on the next live.